Chardonnay that we started with in the original video, and what we're going to need for today is we're going to need our wine thief and our sample beaker. We're going to need our siphoning. It stopped bubbling. You saw it bubbling in there under the steps, but it's not completely without gases in there. It's just not enough pressure to force it to bubble anymore. So we're done with the primary fermentation stage. Smell that?
I do.
So we're also going to need a carboy, a clean bung, and vapor lock for that. So we're going to need to go ahead and get siphoned. First thing we got to do though is open the jug and check the gravity. So we need our hydrometer also, which is somewhere close by.
It's right here.
Alright.
Got the wine thief?
Yeah, you want to thief that out of there? You can see the what's in there.
Oak.
Oak, yeah, it's full. And you can kind of see the yeast suspended in the wine as well. So Wanda's going to thief some out into the flask here so that we can. Yeah, it does look icky, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But that's just yeast floating in suspension. Not all of it is settled to the bottom.
Not the oak?
Yeah, and there's oak in there as well.
I think
you
that's
can see at the bottom the yeast that's settled down there.
Think that's enough?
Well, let's give it a try. We're supposed to be at 1.010 specific gravity or less. Find that here on the hydrometer before we drop it in. That way it's easier for us to find it.
With our bad eyes.
We didn't put enough wine in there.
Oh.
So.
Golly, golly, golly.
A little bit more.
Okay, that should float that baby.
That should do it. And we are at 1.00, and that's probably because we left it in under the sink, under the steps for longer than 10 days, which is okay, but the primary fermentation stage is completed, and we're at the right specific gravity, so now we need to transfer to the carboy. One thing, this is the siphon kit that comes with the equipment like we talked about in the first videos. So you'd put that in there and you'd give it a little suck to get it started. But we've gone a little bit beyond. We spent a couple extra bucks and got this device which will pump it into the, to start the siphon.
Okay.
Alright, so I always pump here.
Yeah, well, get it going.
Oh.
There you go.
Now this will take some time, and what's nice about this jug is we can see the
sediment,
the siphon tube in there, and tell how far away from the sediment we are. Some of those other wines, like the darker ones that we have here, couldn't really tell. And we'll get to the point where we'll need to tip this jug to make sure we get as much of the wine as we can into the carboy. Okay, that one's done. We stopped and didn't get quite as much out of it as we do some of the others because there's oak in there that needs to, stay in the bucket. Let me show you here what's in the bottom. I know you can't see it, but that's what we want to keep out of the secondary fermenter. Kind of looks like mud, but you can see in there the oak and all the dead yeasty beasties. So that's that. Now all we do
that one's really low.
is we don't top it up because there are more things to add to it when the secondary fermentation finishes, which is in another 5 to 7 days. So it's going back under the stairs, but we'll put the bung and we'll put the water lock in. First we'll put the bung in so that we can get it seated good. And then that just has to barely go in there and it's good to go.
Ta-da!
That's it for now.